All right, so there she is. This is a 1973 Ford F600, 19,000 gross vehicle weight rating. Looks like my pumpkin's leaking down there. I don't know if you can see that. The tires are shot. They're plenty of tread, but they're starting to crack. And I don't know anything about these split rims, so that's going to be fun when that happens. Back ones aren't split rims, I don't think. They might be. I really don't know. I've never owned a big truck before this one. Well, I did have a semi a few years ago, but I sold it. Yeah, so like I was saying, sorry about that. My wife just called me. We redid the bed a couple years ago. No, I didn't get treated wood. Do I wish I would have? Probably. But I also, at the same time, had bought a box of paint, planning to paint the bed, you know, the wood just black, when it's dry enough and the wood's not wet. But the problem is well, what happens when it's dry? I have to go farm and do that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is pretty much the rough little thing that we came up with for a grain gate. Yeah, there's remnants of duct tape and probably a good echo in here, at least from what I can hear. Because it's not tongue and grooved. I bought the bits to tongue and groove the entire thing, and nobody that I knew had a router with a 1/2-inch arbor. So I spent 80 bucks on some bits that I can't ever use. Is what it is. Eventually I'd like to not use ratchet straps and chain the inside of the bed, you know, try to make it stronger. Because the wood, when I got it, it was trash, and it looked like it had a blowout, like a bed failure. See, I think it was this side. Yeah, if you look down the rail there, you can see where it's bent out, hopefully. Yeah, so basically what I did is I just beat the hell out of it with a sledgehammer and got it bent back in, because it was laid over, you know. And then the piece of wood that was here had like big 2x4 patch over top of it, like it had failed. And really, the bed, it's seen better days. Don't really know what's up with this piece of angle iron. That's the hoist. Somebody, I guess, just thought that they would strengthen it up. And yeah, she's pretty rusty, but it's got the 2-speed rear end. Like I said, now it's leaking. The cab is okay. Bottom of the doors are starting to rust, back cab corners. And there's like no paint left on the top of it. I'm sure you can see where it's starting to get brown. But anyways, yeah, it really wouldn't be a bad truck if it wasn't for that, you know. I don't know what happened. It looks to me, I'm guessing somebody got into a fence post, like a metal fence post. It's the only thing I could think that would tear it like that. But let's get underneath the hood and get into some waspers, because I guarantee you there's plenty of those in here. No, it looks like we're all clear. I was expecting, there's my fancy washer fluid that I never have used. It was like that when I got it. So this engine is a 370. It's actually out of like an 80s box van. It was a Ford, somewhere on it there's a sticker if it's still on it. This was a Ford reman engine, I believe. Yeah, there it is, remanufactured. But yeah, it's like I said, it's a 370. Now originally this truck would have been a 330 truck, 330 cube. Like soybean farmers. I'm pretty sure this is just a longer version of his truck. Somebody's Holly on there I've never done any kind of tuning to that I really need to tune. And another thing, let's see if I can get this to zoom in here. Try to. Whatever the heck that is, I don't know what they did with the trans mount. They said that if they used the front engine mount that was there, that it put the engine, or the cross member wouldn't line up. I rather would have used the factory cross member for the transmission and figured something else out for the front engine mount, but they didn't, and I'm not the one who put this engine in here. So it's got some kind of goofy plate bolted together and halfway welded with like a gasless flux core welder. Surprised it's not came out, but you know, hopefully it doesn't since it hasn't. Let me get a battery thrown in here and we'll get it started. Oil bath air cleaner. If anybody doesn't know what an oil bath air cleaner is, there's no air cleaner element. So you take the top off, and I'm not going to climb up in there because this truck's like 8 feet tall, it seems like. But there's actually a double cavity and then a filter media with like a metal screen, and you fill it up with oil to about here on that inner cavity, and that's what it actually pulls the air through that oil to you know, and that's how it gets filtered. Plenty of leaks. I'm not a Ford guy. I don't even know where to get parts for this thing because it's a 370. That is an industrial engine. That is not anything that came in a pickup, and when you try to go to the auto parts store, they can't even look up anything for a 370 cubic inch. But it did come with a new radiator. That was a plus. Yeah, let me get a battery in it. We'll start her up and I'll show you the inside. Yeah, this truck just sits most of the year because obviously we only use it to haul grain, which for some reason lasts 4 months in the winter, but should not take that long. So yeah, it sits, and I do try to come out and start it up, and honestly I think that I robbed this battery out of here for something else a few months ago, because I was actually moving it to where I could mow, and now it's sat here so long that there's dirt underneath of it, and it'll probably take 3 years to get grass to grow there again. So I might as well just leave it stay put. This is the positive lead. Yeah, and I have no idea why a 1973 truck, somebody felt like it needed to be a side post battery. Kind of made it a pain in the butt. I'll tell you another thing is, when I put the battery cables brand new on that dually truck I got, 1980, 81, I forget, one of those two. I bought them brand new, and they came as side posts. And I'm thinking, who in the hell put side post batteries in a 1981? I don't think it happened. But, so Rural King has these dual post batteries that are pretty reasonable. I haven't had one fail on me yet. It's convenient. Conveniently located. Right where you need it, I guess. But yeah, I'm satisfied with these Rural King batteries. This one is actually for the riding mower. It's a little bit different size. I had to pay 10 bucks more for it, but I think their batteries are only like 55 bucks. If anybody cares or has a Rural King close to you. Alright, that's good enough. I'm not gonna put my battery hold down on because I'm probably not gonna leave this battery in here. Anyways, let's go see if she fires.